What's up, guys? It's morning of day 5. I forgot to charge the batteries to my DSLR camera, so I've got to run by Harbor Freight and pick up a charger to go inside the truck here, so I can plug it in. Let's get this day started. Well, it appears to be working anyway. It's got the fan running, the lights are on, the light on my charger's working, so fingers crossed. We'll see how it works. Now it's time to go find a trail to get on. Let's get this day going. I decided today we would hit another trail. I did 2 days in the gym and I needed a change of scenery, so I thought I'd come over here to Little River Springs. It's kind of O'Brien area, O'Brien, Florida. The rest of my day will be spent working over in Live Oak, so I figured I had enough time this morning to swing by here and get a hike in, and so that'll be my workout for today. Plus it's just beautiful here. Really don't know how long this trail is, but I know I've got about an hour to hike it and get back, change, and get going. So that's not a lot of time, but it should be enough time for me to get the hike in. And so I figured what I'll do is I'll hike, 30 minutes out, 25 minutes out, something like that. And then depending on if this loop comes around or if I have to, I'll just double back and come straight back. That way I have plenty of time to get going. I don't want to be late to my account for work, but I do want to get this hike in. So I don't really know anything about this trail. This is my first time being here. I do know that it kind of skirts along the edge of the Suwannee River down there. Man, it's a beautiful, beautiful walk so far through here. The only problem is, it's, as you can see, it's pretty overgrown. And trying to get any speed up through here would be kind of foolish, because you're right here on the edge of the river. There could be rattlesnakes or water moccasins or whatever. So this may turn into a nature hike instead of an exercise hike. But just look at this, man. So, good news, by the way. The power inverter charged up my battery perfectly. So that was a win. And that makes me happy because now I don't have to worry about that anymore. I can charge them right there in my truck. Check out this lookout. Is that not pretty? I don't mind hitting the gym, but man, it's hard to beat hiking when you get some scenery like this. Hard to beat. So I found a cool spot here I want to take you guys over and check out, but look at this elevation change here. It's pretty cool. It goes into a little valley or a little wash right here, and then it goes uphill back over there. This looks like old Florida to me. This is what I picture when I think about old Florida. But let's walk over here real quick. I've got a little, looks like maybe a little pool or something. Might be kind of cool. Let's go check it out. Oh, check this out. Turkey feather. That's cool. And it can still fly without the bird. Cool. Okay, so this is weird. I've got a whole bunch of bones here. And some of them look like possibly a deer, or I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell. But then there's also a whole bunch of turkey feathers here. Check it out. Strange? I think so. That's a cool little depression. Probably just a little sinkhole or something, or a little washout. I thought it might have some water in it, but it doesn't. Alright, moving right along. So this trail is marked by these blue spots on the trees. They're not too far apart. As you can see, the one on that tree right there. But apparently this is where the loop turns away from the river, and I'm about 10 minutes in, so I'm gonna go ahead and head that way and see where this thing gets me. and then if nothing else, we'll loop back around and come back and walk back down beside the river. It was a nice hike. All right, let's go. So this trail definitely isn't very well marked. I'm having a hard time trying to figure out which direction I'm supposed to be going because there's not another blue mark that I see. I'm going to go a little bit further. If I can't find anything, I'm going to retrace my steps and get back to the riverside. That's cool right there. Let me show you this. Now this one's dead. Looks like it was struck by lightning maybe. But this is a bald cypress. Very, very good for tinder or kindling for starting a fire. You just take your knife and scrape up some fluff. And that fluff right there, that stuff, super flammable. You can take your fire steel or a lighter or a match, and it's nothing to get that to go up. All right, let's see if we can figure out how to get down this trail. Now it seems like this is kind of a traveled path, but it's hard to tell. There's no blue marks, and it could just be kind of a game trail. I'm looking 360 degrees around just in case I might be off path a little bit. I'm not seeing anything. Jackpot. Might need a little more paint, buddy. This could have been a quarter-mile hike, but it would have taken me a mile going back and forth to get the camera. Anybody missing a boot? So it has taken a considerable amount of bushwhacking and guesswork to make my way around this trail. It's obviously not used very often. It's not a bad trail, it's actually a pretty neat hike, but you really have to pay attention to the marks on the trees, and you have to look behind you sometimes. I don't know if you can even see that mark on that little tree right there, but you have to look behind you sometimes to be able to see the marks. So whoever marked this place didn't do a very good job. They're just not consistent the way they painted the marks. But a little deductive reasoning and stopping and looking every once in a while and kind of wandering, and I've been able to find my way through so far. So, but when you get out on a trail like this, it's important to pay attention. Now, I don't have a map of this. I don't even know if a map of this trail exists, but I do know, if nothing else, the river is that way. So I can find my way back to the river and back to the car. But if you're not good with that sort of stuff, it's best to try to stay on well-marked trails. It'd be nice if they marked this out a little better. It's actually a really nice little hike, and man, it feels great today, especially under this shade here, the breeze blowing. But so we're almost back to the truck now. I'll take you with me over here. This is a really popular place here for a lot of people that aren't locals. Little River Springs isn't, it's not something that's widely advertised, but it's just a small strip of water, maybe 100 yards long or 120 yards long or something like that, and it dumps from the spring out into the Suwannee River. And right now it's pretty low, but it's a beautiful place out here. They've done a really nice job setting it up. Now, I would have preferred it to be left natural, obviously, but you know, the powers that be decide that it's safer to use with steps and ramps and things like that. So, you know, I understand that too. But I think I'm gonna cool off for a minute, take me a drink, and it's time for me to go ahead and change clothes real quick and get ready to go to work. And I appreciate you coming along with me for another day, and I'll do my best to see you tomorrow. So I want to be real with y'all for a minute. This is day 5. I'm not going to act like it's all been easy up to this point. You know, I'm used to eating bad, not eating good. So there are cravings there. I've been fighting them. And that hasn't been too terribly bad. One of my hard things is trying to keep my portions down. So I've kind of, went to that old school, drink a huge glass of water before I eat. and that way I'll fill full quicker, and that's been doing pretty good. But you know, being a carb addict is very similar to being any other kind of addict or a sugar addict. You crave it. It can become unbearable, and that's when you cave into it. And then a lot of times when you cave into it, it's hard to get back on track, which I feel like is what happened last time. The last time we took one meal a week and had a cheat meal, and it was, all bets were off then. And you know, we still, over the course of that 6 months or so, I lost, you know, close to 50 pounds having one cheat meal a week. But I don't know if I want to do that this time. You know, this is a 30-day, this is kind of a self-imposed 30-day challenge because, you know, in 30 days I'm going to be getting married, and I want to look good for the pictures. So I'm not sure if I want to do the cheat meal or not. And I'd like your guys' opinion on it. I mean, one thing that I do subscribe to is the idea that if you have an urge for something so bad, it's best to go ahead and, in my opinion, have a little bit of that. Now, if it's a candy bar, don't eat the whole candy bar. I mean, I know it sounds wasteful, but only eat a little bit of the candy bar. Soothe that craving, but don't go overboard. The problem with that is, like being an addict, that craving can come more often after that. So that's a tough one to kind of deal with. But I'd like your guys' opinion on that. Should I do a cheat meal this week, or should I just stick my 30 days out without a cheat meal? And what's your opinions on having just a little bit of something you want versus just completely abstaining and not having any of it? Yeah, I'm doing this for 30 days, hardcore trying, but I plan on keeping this up after that 30 days. But the 30 days is just, like I said, leading up to the wedding, so that's kind of my deadline for the wedding. I always value your guys' opinions, so please leave me a comment in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed to the videos, I know this is not a normal video. The weight loss challenge, you know, that kind of stuff is really not, you know, going to the gym and stuff like that. Those videos, they're not, you know, my camping videos that I've been doing and stuff like that. But, you know, all of this leads into that, because if you're not in shape, if you're in bad shape, if you're severely overweight, which I'm, you know, morbidly obese, it makes all those things tougher. So this will actually lead into being better at making those videos for you guys. So I appreciate all your support. But if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Ring the notification bell so you'll know the next time I post a video. And I'll be doing a camping video or something similar to that pretty soon. So thanks again for watching. And like I said earlier, I'll see you tomorrow. Coffee.